is basically marginalized thinking is when we internalize limitations. It can be from society, it can be from your upbringing, or it can be from our own insecurities. And but the thing is you don't want to shrink yourself to your own mentality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is it offers certain limitations that weren't meant to be limitations. And I like something, and I shared this before, Blueprint, that I got this from a powerful young lady. I can't remember the name off the cuff, but I remember she saying, "If you fight for your limitations, I'm gonna let you win." You know what I'm saying? I'm not for the fight with you to tell you can do something. You telling me all the reasons why you can't do something.
The B2S Podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today.
Yo, what the world, what it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success Podcast, where we break down the modes, mindset, and methods behind building a life that you don't have to vacation for. We are excited and delighted to be with you once again on this Wednesday night, this hump day. It's your boy Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator, hosting this thing on tonight once again. And Blueprint Nation, stand up. Got another live one for you on tonight. Pray that all is well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And also hit that notification button so that way you know when a new episode drops. You can get it live and then charge at any moment. So we're going to have a great one on tonight. I'm excited. Got some new things coming down the pipe. We got our first game coming up, so I'm really amped about that. It's a huge one. And it'll be no play by the time this actually airs. So we might be bouncing off the walls a little bit on tonight, but we're going to keep this thing moving. So y'all know what it is, man. We're excited to be joined once again with my co-host, my brother from another mother, Mr. Dumbo, Mr. Like Me, Mr. Throne Room,
Yo.
Mr. I Got Something New Coming Down the Pipe.
Yes, sir.
Y'all give it up for my brother from another mother, man, Alxndr Hall.
Yo, Blueprint Nation, what's going on? What's cracking? Hump day.
Straight like that.
You know,
Hump
man.
day.
Just slide
Time
through
to
the
slide, boy.
That's it.
Swerving and perving.
Well, more swerving than perving, but yeah.
That's what's up, man. Y'all know who this other guy is. My right, your left. My brother from the same mother.
For real, man.
Mr. Big Bag.
Yeah.
Big Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. I Got It.
Holla.
If I ain't got it, I can always get it. But most of the time, I always got it.
Same time.
I love doing that part. But y'all give it up for Boy Wonda, man.
What's up? It's been really good.
It's been good. It's been good. Let me tell you, huh?
Yes, I got to say, there's pressure right here, there's pressure right here, and there's pressure right here, but I not fold. Huh? No, but
The pressure is pressuring.
but I am so good. I am just sitting in the peace of the Most High. But it's been good, man. Just working behind the scenes, and school's been good. Now been getting some high numbers results from quizzes and homeworks and different exercises. So I'm grateful. It's like be with your boy.
Yeah, I'll be joining you here pretty soon.
Listen, for real. Like, give me great teachers. Like, I got great teachers. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
just moving and grooving.
Yeah.
Got some more visuals coming out for the EP and the compilation.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and some more content. So it's on the way.
Yeah, yeah, man.
It's on the way.
Yeah, man. It's been the last couple of weeks been crazy for your boy.
Mm-hmm. For real.
Yeah, man. Get ready for the season. You know, that's that extra stuff and taking care of things. And, you know, things are running a whole lot different this year than it was last year. And having to get extra vendors and sponsors to where we didn't have to worry about certain stuff. And then it's like God just kind of like breathe on it and just like, like, here you go. Like, ooh, thank you, Jesus.
Thanks.
I was like, man, because I like to streamline stuff, keep stuff simplified. You know what I'm saying? So things was just kind of all over the place this year. You know, because we didn't have the help that we had last year, so a lot of them decided that they're gonna take a break from certain stuff, and so they kind of left holes to fill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
more on the plate.
Yeah, God started sliding up. Like, you come through, Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Heck
so
yeah.
got a couple things coming up and shows. But ain't not for me show. I'm talking like I'm y'all.
Hey, he been around us long enough. He got the lingo.
Get ready for some engagements and stuff, man. And
Facts.
seeing what the rest of this year gonna bring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
Heck yeah, it's gonna be big. A good, and this is crazy, though.
Yeah, man.
We coming into the fourth quarter.
I know. This year, like, where did the year go? January said hello, not December saying that. What's up, shawty?
For real. Hey.
I see you right away. Like, yeah, dog, baby, we staring at Christmas like, and it was so crazy. I went to the I stopped by the Dollar Tree in Lake Alfred.
Yeah.
And because I hadn't been to that one in a while, but I was over that way. And so I was talking, I'm walking in, I'm looking for what I'm looking for, and I'm like, bro, this was no, it wasn't a Dollar Tree. I'm sorry. It was I had to order to pick up because I had ordered something online.
Was that down
Walgreens. It was Walgreens, yeah. So I'm looking around, bro. Why they got Halloween stuff out?
Because it's like 2 months away.
Bro, it was July.
Yep.
It was the end of July. It was because I do the upcoming events for the church. And so what I do is once I do the graphics and stuff for them, I put them on a 24 by 36 poster, and we put them out in the lobby. They love that. They love the idea. So it's like walking to the movie theater. You got the big posters, upcoming events. Yeah. So it's just not different. I just put them all on one poster.
Right.
And so that's what it was. So I went to go pick it up, and it was like the end of July because it was for this month. So it was the end of July. And even the lady at the cashier, she was like, yeah, this stuff gets on my nerves because it's like, why we got October? Like, it's not even October yet. Like, it was like, bro, it was literally the end of July, and they had full-blown Halloween stuff going on, So she was like, yeah, I don't like it because it don't make sense. Like it's July, and we already got Halloween stuff out.
Independence Day ain't even know.
Bro, you just get no, you know what I'm saying? You just in full-blown Halloween. You walk up in there, but everything in there. I'm like, God, dog.
They don't play.
Nah.
We were literally just talking about January. Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of the year. Don't worry about the memo, new year, new me. No, continue to we finna spin the block.
You're gone. Like, jeez,
January to January.
It's
crazy, man.
Yeah, y'all got, I know, Alexandr, you got some new stuff coming down, right?
Yeah, we got something coming out, man. We got some stuff coming out. We're just working, man. That's it, man.
Just working.
Just working, bro.
Yeah, just in the lab. Just in the lab. Well, that's all right. He just working.
He working.
Yeah.
I'm just working. Like I'm doing more because I don't think people understand, especially especially like new artists or new artists or people who's new to the profession of people who capitalize off of intellectual properties. I'm gonna put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like if you write books, if you draw, if you make music, if you do music production, that stuff is intellectual. It's not like you fixing something or pressure washing something or so um and those things has a mental part too, but you're not creating something from scratch. So people who create a lot of stuff from scratch, if your personal life gets shook, that can affect what you have um the potency of what you create. So a lot of my work been more personal stuff, so I can tap into and lock in on music and other things, so I can be more efficient. How we talking out camera in those areas. So a lot of my work been more personal, more mental, more emotional, so I can be more effective in that realm and what I'm called to. You know what I'm saying? So when I say I'm working, I'm doing both. I'm rebuilding myself, continuously healing, getting to know who I am currently, and learning how to. It's a big one. Learning how to let go of who I am currently for who I am becoming. You know what I mean? A lot of people it's because they don't feel good when you start to let go of who you are currently. You have to unlearn certain things and cut certain things off so you can be a real trailblazer. Like when I say a lot of work, I'm talking about both ends.
Exactly.
Mentally,
Professional
emotionally,
and personally.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. That actually, man, that actually some of that stuff made me touch on tonight, man. Because as I'm reading my notes and stuff here tonight, it's like that can almost slide like into it a little bit. We're gonna be talking about marginalized thinking tonight, blueprint. So, and when I was looking it up, there's like different facets of marginalized thinking. So, but this is kind of like what kind of caught my eye is basically marginalized thinking is when we internalize limitations. It can be from society, it can be from your upbringing, or it can be from our own insecurities. And but the thing is you don't want to shrink yourself to your own mentality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is it offers certain limitations that weren't meant to be limitations. And I like something, and I shared this before, Blueprint, that I got this from a powerful young lady. I can't remember the name off the cuff, but I remember she saying, "If you fight for your limitations, I'm gonna let you win." You know what I'm saying? I'm not for to fight with you to tell you can't do something. You telling me all the reasons why you can't do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and that margin is thin for for error, as they kind of say, so to speak. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna kind of spin our wheels on tonight, and and kind of go in that direction, and I think that's something that actually, I guess in a sense, it follows a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're looking at society, when you're looking at where other people are, especially if you're doing the same thing, and you're like you're not far along as you think you should be, or you're not as far along as this person and that person, or what they're portraying on social media, and then that feeling and that emotion starts to creep in, and then now you marginalize your own productivity, and then you never begin to fall into what God really has for you in the first place, because now you marginalize your thought process based upon somebody's reaction in the moment.
Right.
And what I mean by that is their reaction is, they're producing this and they're putting out this, and then that was a reaction from what they acted upon.
Right.
And the thing of that you got to do is now you got to act upon. So the reaction will be the productivity of your product or relationship or your job or career, whatever that may be. But when we allow other people's thoughts process marginalize how we view ourselves, I think that's where you should draw the line. Because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta. It's like a tool belt. You gotta acquire the tools that's fit for where you're going or what you're trying to do. Because a lot of things comes from when you're doing something new or you're the first to do it, you don't know how it's going to come out. You don't know what the plan is, but because you've never seen a model of that, it's hard to follow because it's easy to follow somebody that's already done it.
Yeah.
Because now you can actually tweak it and be like, okay, oh, I noticed they didn't do this, so let me do this. Because a lot of it comes from, even when you talk about what we do, a lot of what we do, because we're unique, we think it might not fit in the mainstream. Or it might not fit because it hasn't been done a certain type of way. When honestly, it's just like, okay, now you're building insecurities about something that should have never been there in the first place. You create false narratives in your mind, false ideas. Oh, this is how they view me. This is what they think of me. No, this is what you think of you. This is false stuff that you're picking up subconsciously that you don't even realize because you're looking at the reaction and not the response. You know what I'm saying? You have to sit with it. That's why you gotta do the work. You have to. There's no negating it. And just like when we was talking behind the camera, you just have to start because you'll realize, dang, I picked up this, and I had this acquired, but I dropped this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a cost to the truth,
Right.
there's a cost that you're going to pay, whether you realize it or not. And it's best to do the work now and realize it and not allow it to be such a obstacle further down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It can come from a conditioning. You know what I'm saying? From people you hang around, your environment, stuff like that. You can condition yourself to be marginalized. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't do that here, or nobody's in our family's ever done that. You know what I'm saying? And instead of actually using that as fuel, like, well, I'm gonna be the first millionaire, or I'm gonna be the first one to do this, or I'm gonna be the first one to do. We shrink ourselves backwards to fit the condition that was stated or being presented.
Yo, I remember a conversation we had back years ago when I first joined the Real World Records, and then I was letting you know what was going on behind the scenes and things of that nature. And you will always speak into me, be like, "Nah, bro, this is this. Don't let them." You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of affirmation and confirmation that I needed as far as guidance with, because it's easy to fall into a trap when you feel like you're the loner. Because everybody's on that, but you're not, because now you're bucking or negating the system that said that they were comfortable with doing, but now who is this person coming in? So I remember when I was literally traveling from Haines City to Zephyr Hills. So that's like an hour and 20.
That's right. That's they did still.
Yeah. So I remember I would go to the studio so much, probably like, he's like, hey, just give everybody else a chance to, what I'm saying, to put time in and things of that nature. And I never forget that. But I was like, I'm okay. But it's like, you would think you would want somebody to be that adamant that's representing your company.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you would think you would want somebody like that. But okay, now this look weird to me, because it's like, am I overstepping my boundaries now? Am I doing too much now? Am I this? Am I that? So it's like, that's where we had all those conversations and reassurances, like, no, this is what it takes. This type of mentality, this dogmatic mentality that you have to have, because if not, you'll get eaten up out here. You'll get swallowed. So I never forget those conversations, and throughout the years up to this point now, within the last 3 or 4 years, now I walk into the room like I belong. I don't shrink back like, oh man, that's such and such, but I'm scared to talk to them. I listen to this person every day in my car, but I'm scared to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Or go up to get a picture, or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, just be you and be assured in you and what God's given you. And that's just condition that. You know what I'm saying? The more you perfect your craft, the more you condition how you're supposed to move, they'll be telling you what you've been thinking about yourself for a long time, but you just ain't tapped into it yet, which was the belief in you. You know what I'm saying?
I remember one of my favorite scenes. I have a few, but one of my favorite scenes in The Lion King is always when what's the monkey?
Oh,
yeah. He goes, I know who you are, but do
yes.
you know who you are? You don't know who you are, something like that. What you say? And that goes back to I'm big on affirmations. It's like you have to reaffirm yourself. You have to reaffirm the vision that God has placed in you. You have to reaffirm the dream that God has placed in you, because if not, you're gonna be eaten alive. And then you're going to submerge yourself to the conditions of others because you feel like you're inadequate, you don't have the right tools, you don't have what you need, but in all reality, you have what you need just to get started, which is you. And you just have to transform that or condition, better yet, condition your thought process and your thinking to that of can I or I into an I can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you see that same letters, but it's just flipped around.
Facts.
You know, one is you're questioning yourself, and the second one is you reaffirming yourself.
Exactly.
So can I? I can. So at the end of the day, it's just reaffirming yourself that you're able to do what you think. At the end of the day, it's like if you like flying, right? So you look at the flight. No, you can't naturally fly, but you can build a plane to fly, or you can build a parachute to float and fly enough from one place to another, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what that is true. Whatever your mind can believe, you can achieve.
Yeah.
And you know, because if you believe you can, like Henry Ford said it, if you believe you can, you're right. If you believe you can't, you're right. Either way,
look,
you're right.
There was many times I had to talk myself off the ledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the manner like, I'm gonna do this afraid. My stomach turning, but I'm gonna go at it. And it's just like when you get lost in the moment, you realize, dang, like, okay, I can do this. And then you keep reassuring yourself. You do it again. And then the more you do it, the more confident you get, the more bold you get, the more you just out there not like it ain't nothing. Because now you're in your zone. Now you're in your element. Now you done conditioned yourself rightly. You know what I'm saying? So it's when I think about marginalized thinking, bro, it's like what type of margin or measure that you're trying to create within yourself to get you to that place, to get you to that level of confidence, to that level of belief in you, because you have to believe and do what you need to do in you before anybody else do. Because if you're looking for validation from other people, that's never gonna come. Because now you're not even gonna give your best foot forward, because you're not gonna do something until you hear something for so and so, and if you don't hear from them, you're not gonna be like, okay, well, now you're gonna be like a turtle in the shell, just shrinking and shrinking. Yeah. Like, no, bro.
Yeah. Something I always keep telling the guys is like, we got to stop playing down our competition and play up to our potential.
That's good. Because
we have a habit of doing that. Okay, well, you know, they're not that good, so it's like we barely skate by. I said, no. If we're supposed to beat that team by 40 points, and if we don't beat that team by 40 points, we didn't do our job. But then because now you got this, you know, like we got the L coming up this week. So it's like now it's like you trying to match their energy, but then when we play a team that maybe not so good, and then now you're trying to match their energy. No.
You gotta have that.
That's marginalized. You know what I'm saying? That's marginalized thinking. You're shrinking yourself back because of the person that you're dealing with that's in front of you. No. If we can put up 50 points, put up 50.
Yeah. If you do more,
you do,
by all means.
More. You know, to the point that like, okay, coach, got to call the dog zone. But that type of mentality, you know, is in a sense, it's almost like poverty thinking a little bit, because you're robbing yourself of opportunities, you know, that can be presented to you by operating your full potential. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at, and you know, I don't know, use sports analogy, but when you let's look at scholarships as opportunities. Let's look at, it can be a representation of your relationship or your business or your family. You know what I'm saying? These kids and these players they're working hard to try to get scholarships and NIL deals, which are all representation of opportunities. And so in representation of opportunities, your best bet is to put your best foot forward. But here's what I've learned. Some of this stuff is based on potential. Now I'm watching your film. I'm watching how you move. I'm seeing where your grades are. I'm doing my little homework. But at the end of the day, it's like, but you're going to give that kid a scholarship. That's something I learned and I didn't realize. But sometimes these kids get scholarship based on potential and not actually what they've done. You showed me enough to know that, dang, this kid got some potential. Yeah, he decent, but if he keeps striving, let me snatch him up before somebody else do. Exactly. So they just grab the kid off of potential. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about marginalized thinking, think about the potential And for me, I always say that's a love-hate relationship because I'm always trying to get everything out of me. So that means if there's potential in me, then I mean there's still something left in me. So that's why I have a love-hate relationship because I'm always trying to get it out, but it's like, dang, you still got potential. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm gonna read
Go
something
ahead,
right
bro.
here that I
Yeah.
like. But I'm gonna add to it, right?
Mhm.
It says, "What happens when ideas that don't fit the mainstream actually hold the keys to transformation?"
Ooh.
Now, I want to kind of use that as a segment. As far as like when I see that, I look at I substitute what don't fit into the mainstream with
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
right? So I remember, I think it was like a couple years ago when I was in Nashville. Matter of fact, this was with Petty when Grits and they did that thing there with Derek Minor. And there was a gentleman I was just chopping it up with, and don't know him, had him for me. He was in like a whole nother, he was in something that ain't had nothing completely to do with music.
Mhm.
So me and him, we just chopping and talking, and it made me think about the people that you think don't have the keys to your transformation because they don't do what you do.
Mhm.
That don't matter because that person can know somebody that can be the key
Mhm.
that you need to be transformed into your situation.
Right.
And
Right.
so I've always, no matter who comes in the room, honor them as if they are somebody because they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they be low key with it, and them be the millionaires. Those be the ones that be the investors. Those will be the ones that be like, "Hey yo, I like what you got going on. Let's set a meeting up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we was talking. This is what I'm doing."
Mm-hmm.
It can give you keys to not only a wealth perspective,
Mm-hmm.
not financial, just financially, but mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Because now this avenues to doors and stuff that he may be 5 or 10 years down the line that nobody else is seeing because this is not what everybody doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me think about this when it says, what happens when ideas that don't fit the mainstream? Well, what happens when the idea or the person you think they're not who you think they are because you never heard of them actually hold the keys to your transformation to change your life?
Mm-hmm.
You got to treat people accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everybody with respect because you don't know who you come across or entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, he doing this. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
nothing came out of it, but it was the fact that, oh, okay, I can entertain that. I can listen to something that I might be able to use further down the line
Mm-hmm.
and just keep that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I thought about. It's like, man,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't think that you're so deep into what you are that you know more than you do.
Right. 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 Run into that a lot. Run into that a lot.
The confidence become arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
The confidence become cockiness. The confidence become, I ain't gotta listen to what you're saying. This is what I'm doing over here. Ain't nobody like, you don't know what everybody doing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's people that's like on the cusp of making history
Mm-hmm.
that you have no idea about,
Mm-hmm.
and you could have been a part of that process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of the unordinary, of what don't looks like what fits into your mold, because that can still be the key to unlock the door that you need to walk through, and it may not be this avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whatever gifts you got, use them like multifaceted. You know what I'm saying? Like just simultaneously, boom, boom, boom. Everything you got going on, it's gonna lead somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's gonna aid everything.
Yeah. 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 And I feel like at some point you gotta stop allowing negativity to rent space in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes, we are.
that's another way of marginalized thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because that's almost in reference to judging a book by its cover, because you don't think that person can do anything for you when in reality
They can.
they got the very thing that you need, but you know what I'm saying? You're allowing that blockage, and that kind of reminds me of a story. But I'm gonna read this here real quick because when I had spoke at a school. And it kind of goes in the line. This says talks about, but it's like having a mental ceiling. When you start dealing with marginalized thinking, it's like having a mental ceiling. Says you might not even know it's there until you actually try to stand up straight and you hit your head. Then I talked about the flea story, and a lot of them didn't know what the flea story was.
Right.
And so I talked about how the scientist had a jar and he grabbed the flea and he took the lid off the jar and put the flea in the jar. And when you start studying a little bit about the flea has a high jump, like they can jump like real high compared to their little tiny cell.
Right.
And so flea jumping up and down, and so there's no lid there because the scientists took the lid off the jar. So now what happened is he's conditioning the flea, and so now all of a sudden the flea is just jumping freely, but he never jumps out the jar. He just jumping straight up, and so now he puts the lid back on the jar, and next thing you know, now the flea's boom. Now he hits his head on the ceiling. Now, boom, he hits his head on the ceiling again. So next thing you know, after so many times, he's like, well, oh man, I know that wasn't there before. What in the world going on? But I know one thing that's going on. I'm tired of hitting my head on this goddamn ceiling. So now the flea stops jumping. Now all the potential that the flea had is suffocated by the environment. And so because the scientist is conditioning the flea, so he's making a point. And so I was telling about the kids, don't let your potential be conditioned by your environment. And that's exactly what the flea did. Because when the scientist took the lid off the jar, guess what happened? The flea stopped jumping. Now you have the ability to be free, but because you've been conditioned by what was once not there, now limiting you, now you can't see it and you stuck, and then you die right there where you at in your potential. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to die stuck in your potential. You want to allow everything that God, because what happened, here's what I found out in my journey. Every gift unlock a new gift. And a lot of time it be gifts that are in you that you don't even know that's there until you tap into the one gift that's supposed to get you there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you operate from a place of marginalized thinking, then you limit your ability to actually find that gift, henceforth limiting your ability to find the other gifts behind that. Because God would tell me to walk through this door, and it was like, man, what am I doing? It's like, it's not about that door. I just need you to be obedient and walk through that door. Because I'm trying to get you to the other door that's behind that door. But if you don't ever walk through that door, you'll never see the second door. And then you're looking at the condition of the door. It may be a broke down, wooden door with the handle halfway falling off, glass broken. But God is telling you that's the door I need you to walk through. But because you're allowing the environment to condition your thinking, now you marginalize yourself. And then now you're shrinking yourself and you're not operating in your full potential. Because that's, when you, what is it something Dr. Miles Monroe said? It's like, I think it's something to the fact of one of the worst things in life is being successful at the wrong thing. I said, wow.
For real.
Yeah. You can have all this stuff and all these accolades and doing all this stuff, but is that what you was purposed for? Is that what God wanted you to do? Is that what you know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole nother topic. That's another level of marginalized thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm good at this, I'm doing this, and I'm balling at this, but at the end of the day, it's like I can't take that and transition into what I'm supposed to do because what I'm supposed to do don't look like this. It don't look like what I'm getting. It don't look like the accolades. It don't look like the glamour. It look like something else. But hey, that's something else. When the purpose is involved, it turns into something greater and much more.
It does. There's a level of fulfillment that no material accolade or award can give you when it comes to your purpose. And it makes you, sometimes, you go through seasons where you think about, okay, am I doing the right thing? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't see a certain result at a certain time. And that's throughout all the years of doing music, I've never really felt like I didn't never want to do it outside of hardship. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always been a passion of love. But then it's like when mom died, it's just like, oh, that got sucked out. Right. And then the Lord had to remind me, your purpose isn't tied with your mama. Right. Your purpose is tied to me. Right. So I need you to get up off your butt. You can pout a little bit, but we ain't fit to stay here. Yeah. And then I remember I was looking at KB. He was on the Dove Awards. This when he did the 10K joint. And it sparked a fire in me that literally died out. And seeing that is just like, okay, yeah, I gotta. And then that got the ball rolling on finishing the album and things of that nature. So, and that'll determine your perseverance and endurance will determine the level of conditioning that you're able to do and acquire in a certain time space. So, little by little, don't try to consume the whole thing because it took that time to even get you in that space that you have to undo. So you have to not only have the grace for yourself, but you got to have the patience for yourself. You got to have the same mercy God gives us. You got to have that for yourself too, because you're giving yourself a time limit that you created within yourself because you know you weren't at your full potential. So now you're trying to make up for lost time. Now you're trying to make up for what you didn't do. But thank God that He says, I give grace to whom I give grace to. I give mercy to whom I give mercy to. I will redeem the time, but you have to put forth the efforts for that time in order to be redeemed. Because if not, you're going to see it as a lost cause. It's like, well, for what? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just so much that that's what I love about this table. We reassure and reconfirm everything and we make sure that we give not only our best foot forward, but also like, hey, we need this kick in the butt to like, hey, come on, bro, we can't be in this pity party. You know what I'm saying? No, you're going through the ringer.
Right.
Keep going. Don't just sit there, just let it burn you. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pitch a tent when you ain't meant to stay.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Because, when you think about all of this stuff is learned behavior. So if it's learned behavior, then that means you can unlearn something that you learned.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So good, bad, or indifferent. So it's just you being aware of what it is and how it's impacting your life at the time. Because I'm gonna ask y'all this question right here.
Okay.
And then see what y'all come up with. So when we look at this right here, because this is up my alley, because I've always, and when I look at over my life, and God have had me in that place where it's like it was all about mindset, shift motivator, transformation of the minds, things of that nature. So it was always about the mindset first. Even when I was doing my financial seminars, I would spend 90% talking about transforming how you think. Because if I showed you how to budget, if I showed you how to create a strategy to get out of the hole, if I showed you that's easy. That's the easy part. The easy part is add, multiply, divide, and subtract. That's the easy part. The hard part is reconditioning your mind to think that you can get out of that situation. The hard part is rethinking you how to, or reteaching you how to condition your mind to like, okay, you can't do that no more. Your light bill is due here and you get paid here, but then you want to go to the club here. And then now you begging to get your rent paid and your light paid because you can't do that. So that's thinking, that's mindset, that's conditioning, that's learned behavior. Whether you learned it at home, whether you learned it from a homie or a girlfriend, it don't matter. It's learned behavior. You learned that from somewhere. And so, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so how would one break that cycle?
It comes with acknowledgement and being honest with yourself. You have to start there.
Yeah.
Because if you don't see yourself as saying I got a problem or this is me, then you can't go no further than that because you've been delusional now.
Right.
I will share this with y'all. When I moved out, I fully understood the meaning of what the Lord said, that you've been here long as you needed to be. There's a cap here, and you can't grow or do anything no more further as long as you're here. I said, okay, well then you're gonna have to move upon my situation, and you're gonna have to do something to where, because you know me, I'm gonna be stubborn. I'm not gonna move nowhere until everything is lined up, sir.
Right.
Sir, you know me. You created this, sir.
You did this to me.
And so
you did this to me.
And it's funny because a lot of things that I did at home, I don't do where I stay now.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things I realized, dang.
Natural behavior, yeah.
I know why I got the money to do it, but I won't pay it. I'll just hold it there. Like, no, just hit the send button, brother. And this is stuff that was subconsciously that I didn't know.
Yeah.
That I had issues. It's like I learned so much about myself just sitting with myself from when I was at home. A lot of the food that I eat, I don't even eat that like how I used to eat at home.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't even cook like what I used to cook at home. Like, I've been in my apartment. I have not put up a Christmas tree since I've been there. Like, it's little small things that I'm realizing about myself. Like, dang, I don't do this. I don't do that. I don't do this. I realized I picked up this habit. I got to learn this habit. Now this habit I done formed. So now I got to form a new habit. So it's just like all these things simultaneously. I'm not only renewing my new self, but I'm killing my old self. You know what I'm saying? I'm killing what's old and dead that is no more to me, that I can't even use. It won't benefit me no more. But this right here, I'm pumping life into. I'm doing the homework. I'm doing the research. I'm doing the application. And so that's the next thing, you know, application. Once you realize it, just one step at a time, you know, and just keep moving forward with it. So it's just honestly acknowledgement first, and not being delusional with yourself, because you can get lost in the sauce real fast. And so that's my take and experience as far as with that, because I was like, dang, I did not know a lot of this about myself. I know understand my spending habits. Now with budgeting and things like that, it's like, okay, now we can't do this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna write out the debt. We're gonna make a game plan. What's your income coming in? What you can do within the 2 weeks. Give yourself a budget for 2 weeks. When you do that, break down now what's going to be going here. Your tithes is first. That's first and foremost, and then everything else follow. This is what's coming out for the month. This, that, and the third. Okay, whoop. Okay, if you ain't got enough, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to pick up a second job? Are you willing to do other things that you're gifted at to bring extra income in? It's like all this breakdown and everything. I was just, I was conditioning myself to create a better life. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's good. And I think another word that can go with acknowledgement is awareness. And I like what it says you can't change what you don't, you can't change what you can't name.
That's good. That's a bar.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, you can't change what you don't name. You know,
that's a bar.
that's that. Yeah,
That's a bar.
Yeah, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't change what you don't name. Yeah, and that goes with what I heard Paula White say this a long time ago, and you know, and it was good, and it still holds true to this day. You can't acknowledge what you don't confront, and you can't confront what you don't identify. You know, same thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't name what you don't. You know what I'm saying? You can't change what you don't name. So, awareness, that's the key. That's a big part of it. And here's the thing: the new you is being suffocated by the old you. The new you can't come forward if you keep suffocating the old, keep suffocating it, because your fear of doubt, scarcity, things of that nature. And you gotta look at where is that coming from? Is it because here's the thing, now when I'm around a group of people and it's a bunch of negativity and now it's one thing to be talking about a situation to bring about a solution. That's different. Because there's things that be going wrong and it needs to be addressed. And one thing that gets me is when people don't want to address it and they look at, no, that's not negativity. The problem is, no, that was done, but that needs to be changed. And then you want to look, because your awareness is off. Because now you're looking at something that's a problem as negativity, as if we're God. No, I'm not. No, this is what it is. I'm acknowledging what it is, and this is what we need to do to change it.
Exactly.
So it's not just coming to the table with a gripe session. Like, no, okay, well, this is what's wrong. How are we gonna do about it? Or what we gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that awareness is very important, because when you suffocate the new you, the old you is still alive and breathing, and you're feeding it, and God is saying, that's not you anymore. That's not you anymore. And so those thoughts are running through your mind, and so now you got to capture those thoughts. But then how are you capturing those thoughts? Are you capturing them to cast them down? Or are you capturing them to allow them more space in your mind? Two different, same capture, but it's two different methods, two different ways. I'm capturing the thought to release it, or I'm capturing the thought to hold on to it. Which one are you doing? Because the new man is screaming to come out. The innovation is screaming to come out. but it's being held by fear, doubt, scarcity, insecurities, things of that nature. Not saying that they don't exist, because it's true. But once again, that is learned behavior. Where did it come from?
It is. And I could tell you that that is so true, because as an artist, you see the level of scrutiny or public humiliation or
Yeah.
public disdain,
Yeah.
public discomfort. So it's just like, dang, like, okay, I'm gonna take my time getting that, because I do not want to deal with this. And so you will shield back and shrink,
right.
and you'll just inch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And bruh, at the end of the day, people gonna be people. So, but you can't allow that to be the navigation for your life.
Yeah.
You can't allow that to be the GPS for your life, because they're gonna have you all every which way out of the wheel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Out the
a
wheel,
good
out the
word,
way.
man. Yeah. Yeah. And back to the thing, it's like replacing, like you got to replace those thoughts, man. You got to replace those negative thoughts with positive ones, positive affirmations. You know, so you got awareness, acknowledge, and then you got replacement of the thoughts. Because if you keep allowing those same thoughts to play in your head, guess what? You're gonna be in the same spot next year. You're gonna be in the same spot tomorrow. You're gonna be in the same spot next month. And then 10 years gonna be on went down the road, and then now other thoughts are gonna start creeping in. Now, dang, I should have did this, man. I could have been here. So you don't want to be singing that shoulda, coulda, woulda song that we always like to sing.
Right.
And you know, it's the thing is, the more I think about it, it's like I don't think we realize how powerful this is.
The B2S Podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
I don't think we believe how powerful it is, because when I think about that flea in the jar, I had all this spunk, I had all this charisma. It's like when God came looking for Adam. Who told you was naked? I didn't tell you that. I created you in my likeness and my image, Adam. You are like me. You're enclosed in my glory. So who told you was naked? I already know the question, but I'm seeing if you're gonna acknowledge what you just did. I'm seeing if you are aware of what you just did. Because if not, then you can't be. You see what I'm saying?
We gotta have a conversation.
So now I got to put you out the garden, Adam. So now I got to put you out the environment that I gave you, and I'll put a cherubim at the end, at the garden, at the entrance, flaming sword. And now the only way that you can get back to it is the way that you should have been in the first place. Because you can't enter back into the space with the same mindset.
You can't.
So now this is not to keep you out, this is to keep the way. So when the angel is sitting there, it ain't to keep you out, it's to keep the way. The only way you can get back to the place where I just took you from is you got to go back the route I told you to go in the first place that you didn't go. So he didn't put the cherubim there to keep him out. He put the cherubim there to keep the way. I need you to come back to this place a certain way. You got to come back to me a certain way. In order for me to be cleansed, I got to come to God a certain way. In order for my sins to be forgiven, I have to come to God a certain way. So it's not to be kept out, but it's for the way to be kept.
Yeah.
And so for you to become who you need to become, the way has to be kept. So now you have to fight that fear. You have to fight that uncertainty. You have to fight the discomfort of coming out of your shell. You have to fight all of this stuff just to get back to the person that God called you to be in the first place.
Yeah. Bro, I want to know your thoughts, but I got something I want to add to that. And it's like, it's really a question. When you think about the three men with the talents, you know what I'm saying? And you've been given a certain amount. You've been given a certain amount. You've been given a certain amount. Which one are you?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you recognize yourself as? The person that, okay, I did this, but this is all that came out of, but I did this. And then I did this, and oh man, this doubled that. But you know what I'm saying? This I maximize my situation, my potential. What did you do? I just buried it. You know what I'm saying? Scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
You will do old things with new ways. You will make old decisions and bad habits into new ways of thinking, way you're supposed to think. So if you got the person that's buried the talent, it's like, man, you didn't even put it in the bank to collect interest. You ain't do nothing.
But what did he do though? He called him evil.
Mm-hmm.
You took it and buried it. You evil, wicked servant.
It's like, dang.
I was like, dang. He called you evil because you took something that you were supposed to multiply.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think, how many people are missing out on your gift because you're not multiplying what he placed in your hand? Everything, he says, a seed reproduces after its own kind. Everything that he created is a seed.
Mm-hmm.
You are a seed, so you have the power to procreate. Animals have a seed. You plant a seed in the ground, it don't come back up by itself. It come back up with what's in it.
Boy, this powerful.
It don't come back the same. So how can we expect to be planted and come right back the same? But we do it every day. You get planted in an environment, you respond the same way. You get planted in a new relationship, you respond the same way. You get planted in a new job, you respond the same way, and then you lose all of them, and then you're trying to figure out why you lose, because you ain't transformed, you didn't change. The darkness is not sent. The darkness is not allowed to scare you. It is not allowed to suffocate you. It is allowed to grow you. Seeds grow in dark places. But they don't come back the same. They come back transformed with what was in them. The harvest comes up. So, man, yeah.
What are your thoughts, bro? I'm finna come knock on the door. Even with, cause I feel like you have a lot of wisdom over there. A lot of wisdom, especially with what you've been, I like to say, challenged with within this pretty much this last year and a half. You know what I'm saying? And how do you deal with that, with the marginalized life?
So I've been going back to the talent thing. Like, I've been all three of those people.
I think we all. I think
have,
if we
bro.
all honest with ourselves, we all been all three.
Because some things.
Both hands.
Yeah, because
all three for 200, Alex.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because some things you're more comfortable with, so you move with it, and then the stuff that we're not real comfortable with, we're like, oh, I'm not real comfortable, so I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to seem foolish. I tried this before, it didn't work. So now you kind of
Put that over here.
Let me put it over here.
Right.
Like, so I've been all three of those guys before, and I think right now I'm shying away from the one who's burying it. But here's the thing: I'm not afraid to bury it if I have to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid. I know now. I understand the importance of burying something, so you can learn something and not do it again, and keep somebody else from burying it.
Right.
So just because you bury the talent doesn't mean that. Just because you bury the talent, that one thing or this one thing doesn't mean that you're gonna be a power bearer your whole life. You're not gonna be a, you know what I'm saying? That just you're human. You're gonna bury something. but you want to be more of the other two. So I just learned from my burying experiences, so I can help other people recognize, why did you bury that? Who taught you how to bury that? You know what I'm saying? So you can recognize those things. You said something earlier about sometimes you said how does it get broken? How does that cycle? How do you break it? Sometimes you don't break it; it breaks you. Sometimes it's designed that way. Sometimes it's supposed to break you, so you can like, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, snap! No, go ahead and let it fall to the floor. Let it shatter. Let it shatter, because I noticed one thing, that every time I drop the glass and it hit the floor, little bits and pieces of glass will go everywhere. And you don't want to walk around barefoot in your house and step on no little piece of glass. It doesn't feel great. But I've noticed every time I drop a glass on the floor and it shatters and it goes everywhere, I pull the couch out, I pull this out. And I just think like, man, I ain't pulled this out in a long time. I ain't swept behind here in a long time. I haven't disconnected the entertainment and sit and pulled it all out in a long time. But the only reason I did it is because I know something had shattered and went back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when those times happen, it causes you to do a deep dive and a deep cleanup so you can get that situation right. You know what I mean? So you can really learn and progress from being a person who have buried the talent before. So in different places I've been all three of those men, and sometimes those things do break you, and it does get your attention, and it does shake you up. But if you allow it, it will transform you into a whole different person that you never thought that that you would be. But you have to allow it to break you. A person knows when it's time. You know. You know, like a person knows when it's time for you to give in.
Yeah.
You know. You know what I mean? When you riding on E and your junk doing like that, when your car is full of gas, it runs really smooth. When that junk about to be on E and you finna be pushing, the jerking that your car does and the movement, it's not smooth, it's real rugged. You know when you finna give out. You know when you about on E because your movements are real rough. Stuff ain't running smooth no more. You know what I mean? And the only way to get it right is if you let it. If you at that point where you like this, go and let it go out, big dog. Hey, well, we finna be pushing, dog. You ready? Let your peoples know, cause you finna go down. And the only way is to let you go out, push it, and fill it back up. That's the only way. And after you be pushing for 2 blocks, oh, hey, bro, we got half a tank. I'm finna go and hit out, yeah. Cause we ain't running out no more. We ain't finna be pushing no more. Because remember last month when you last month you was pushing for 2 blocks. My sister my sister pedals, bro. She be in the whip. My sister, the line right here, the E right here, she be sliding. What we going? We finna go to Brandon. No, we ain't. You finna go. You finna have this pushing this Honda Pilot. We finna go to Wawa and put some gas in. They get, but she knows how much she can ride with that gas.
Right.
Everybody doesn't know that.
Right.
Everybody doesn't know that. So the people who you with, so the people who you with in your corner, your friends, your homies, you need to
Yeah. Because depending upon the year of your car, you don't know that.
You don't know.
You don't know. But if you got a new amount of car, it'll tell you 50 miles to empty.
50 miles.
25 to empty. But what the problem is, a lot of us are riding older cars. We don't know we about to crash out, and we crash out.
Crash out.
Yo.
Crash out. So but sometimes you gotta crash out. That crash out is important. I wrote this in a song the other day. I say I'm still repenting from the crash out. Straight up. Like you be doing stuff and you out of there, bro. You be like, God, I'm sorry. I've been saying sorry 3,000 times. I'm still saying sorry for John, bro. But I know he don't forgive me, but that's that real repentant heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta sometimes you don't break it. It does break you. And that glass hit the floor and that junk shatter and it makes you pull stuff out you never pulled out before. So you can really clean it up. So whoever walks on your floor doesn't get cut by your damage.
That's good.
That's real good, bro.
You know what I mean? So I've been out 3 of those men, bro. And yesterday we could praying for my son, bro. And I was praying for y'all, praying for the people too. And
Ditto.
I was praying for my younger bro, and I was like, God, protect my son, because he's so big and muscular and hairy.
He just had to throw that.
And Harry.
TMI.
He's so manly, and he's a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, Lord, protect my baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta protect him. I'm not there with him every day. You got way more wisdom than I can ever give him. You got way more insight than I can ever show him. Like, just protect him. And your mind frame as a parent, as an older male, praying for younger males, that comes from your glass or your face or your pride or your whatever it is, smack that hitting the floor and it shatters and you have to sweep your pieces up. And now you know what it's like for your face to hit the floor. So let me try to prevent somebody else from burying their talent and allowing their face to hit the floor too. You're gonna drop the ball sometime. I haven't seen any wide receiver who catches all the passes.
Right.
I don't know any basketball player who shoots every time. Even Curry miss a few of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But let's miss most of those in practice. Let's not do it when it's game time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that only happens when you practice like game time. That's the thing. We don't take the time to practice like game time. So when it's time to perform, when it's time to, okay, let me water it down. Putting shoes on that is too big for your feet.
Yeah.
Now ain't the time to be making no. If you're acting like a man, that means you're ready to be a man. You know what I mean? So from the ages of 18 to 20 something, or it starts younger than that, when you with your parents, when you 10, 12, 14, 15, if you start rebellion, you start bucking the system, you start not listening. Right now you're in the gym, buddy. And you're not paying attention.
At all.
You're not paying attention. So when you get 18, 19, and you start getting hit with stuff and you can't control your emotions, you don't know how to carry yourself. You don't know how to choose male friends around you. Every like just because you got dreads and he got dreads and he stay around the corner, that I mean he your homeboy.
Facts.
Right.
Like, you know, like just because she say you cute and she thick, that don't mean you should link up with her. No. So you have to know what to look for. You know what I mean? So, but that type of mind frame and that insight, that comes from when a person has let their face and let their glass and they bury their talent multiple times over and over. And like I say, some people catch it. Like I believe I know everybody done fumbled, but I know y'all have caught it more than you fumbled. You know what I mean? Because y'all had not knocking my parents at all. My parents did what they knew how and the best that they could. You know what I mean? But y'all parents were more groomed. You know what I mean?
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. So a lot of things my face was smacking of. So now when I'm an adult, I learned most of my stuff from
Trial and error.
trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so when I come with with certain things,
Yep.
it's straight from the house. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why I can say it that way.
Yeah.
Like I've been all three of those guys, and I've been the guy who, bro. Sometimes I'd be like, it's like you open up the cup cover and just push all the glasses out. Like, what's going on?
Glass everywhere.
But that's how it seems when things. That's how it seems when you're sowing seed and not knowing what you're actually sowing, and that fruit come up at the same time.
Right.
That's what happens.
Right. Yeah.
That's what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta be mindful and careful of how we maneuver. You know. So, but I've been all three of those guys, and sometimes you can break it if you catch it. Oh snap! But sometimes you're not trained to know that. Oh, I'm messing up. Right? It's habit, like you said. So you just going through the motion. It's normal. Your dad was like that. You grew up like that. Nobody taught you no structure in this area. Generational. But when your face hit the floor a year after year at a time, hold on. My jaw broken, my teeth chipped. I'm tired of hitting the floor. It'll break you.
Yeah.
The flow.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I think if everybody honest with themselves, we've all played all three at one point.
Yeah.
And then you gotta look at it too, like when you was talking about your parents, it's like I think we all do that. It's like I said, everything is learned behavior. Because even our parents, man, it was certain things that I wish that they knew they didn't. They only knew what they knew, and I didn't grow up with mentors and stuff like some of my friends did. When I hear them talk about, man, Mr. So and so mentored me or Miss So and so mentored me, that in the neighborhood they own businesses and stuff like that. I don't remember that stuff. All I remember is mom. I remember when getting to the point where my counselor kind of failed me a little bit. So my mom took it in her own hands, and we at the library looking up scholarships on the computer. But she she didn't go past high school. Pop went into the workforce too. You know what I'm saying? So then went into the military. So that college process, you know what I'm saying? Like he was actually the first one to graduate from music school, and now going back to regular school, and now I'm fit to go back to regular school. You know what I'm saying? So, but we didn't have that blueprint in that area, which, in certain instances we could have, but marginalized thinking kept them out of certain opportunities that could have created generational wealth.
Yeah.
And I found that out from a conversation that mom and I had. And I was like, Mom, I wish you wouldn't even told me that, because now I'm mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta look at it. Man, I was trying to get up out of it, but you gotta look at it, bro. Your marginalized thinking sets stuff in motion.
It does.
So consciously and subconsciously, you set something in motion that affects your bloodline. And so when I get to the point of when she shared that information, I'm like, man, y'all could have did this and you could have did this, but you didn't do it because of fear. It's like, and you could have did it, and that could have sent our family into a totally different trajectory. Tell them what we could have had, where we could have been. But that type of thinking held some things up, and now the person has to come behind you and bump their head in certain places where they shouldn't have had to. But because we didn't realize how marginalized thinking impacted our surrounding, we just continued to operate in it. And then what happened is it began to control our life. So now you spend the rest of the rest of your life thinking marginally because you're only able to go so far because you're not like the scientists and you just took the lid off the job. You like the fleet that has all this potential and you just jumping straight up and not jumping straight into the left. Because if you go up and go to the left, you out the job. You just jumping straight up and down. They're like the rocket chair. You moving, but you ain't going nowhere. So you know what I'm saying. So it's like I don't want to be successful. I want to be majorly successful. I don't want to be just great. I want to be phenomenal. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? If whatever it is God has me to do, I want to be like you, and not arrogantly, but it's like, man, you gave me your all.
Yeah.
Might not be the best. You could probably do it better, but because of the fact that I gave my all, that's how I want to be looked at. Yeah, you may be more talented than me. You may be more gifted than me. But you have did it because you're just talented. Most people that are talented and gifted, they have to work harder this is just my opinion, in a sense, because now it's so easy for me to just do it. I gotta work harder to actually walk in excellence.
Yeah, because there's other things. So because I deal with this in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
Like, so when you're like if a person is talented and gifted in specific areas and is heightened in that area, opposition is heavy around that area. It's heavy.
It is.
It's like you're on the brink of becoming phenomenal in this area, and you only need to do something great in one area.
Right.
You ain't gotta do 10 different things. If you cook, bro, you can make the best chicken breast, and that's all you cook. Eventually, people are gonna be coming to you for chicken breast. I'm gonna get chicken breast from Dub, and then I'm gonna go to Publix and get the baked beans. But they coming to you for the chicken breast though, cause that's what you do.
Main course. You know what I'm
You know what I mean? So, but when somebody is on the break of being phenomenal in the area, say and be like, oh, okay, let me add 50 things around that to try to stop you from doing one great thing. So you have to be extra guarded. You got to be extra disciplined. You got to be everything around that. Got to be extra, and you got to upkeep that at the same time. So it is more work. It's more work than a person who trying to halfway do it. It just seems like bro. I'm trying to tell you. I was in the kitchen the other day. The dog went in the kitchen. I came around the corner. I caught him, bro, leg in the air. I tried to find anything. I almost threw my glasses at him. So, right. So, I want the boy, you better not pee in front of me. So, anyway, before I can do something, he let out about 4 squirts. It was long ones. Oh my gosh. So he ran off, ran on the couch. So
you wrong.
He already know.
He was wrong. Yeah, he was wrong. And then he's smart. He went to the corner of the couch. He's smart. In the corner. The broom didn't reach back there. He's smart.
The
broom can't even reach back there. You be swiping, okay, I got you. Hey, like, you gonna come out, right? So,
like Joseph, come here, Michael.
Yeah.
No. Boy, when I get my hands on you, boom, hit his head.
Yeah. So look, so it's a thing. It's a step stool that my stepmom's put the trash can on. So the dog he peed on the leg of the trash can. So the urine hit the leg of the trash can, and then there was a pool in front of the trash can of the step stool. Stepmom come in. I'm going off. What happened? These stupid dogs. Anyway, so I got it. So she get the some spray, and she sprayed, and she mopped the pool up, of the where it was at. But that's half doing it, because if you wet something, wherever it hit is also wet on that thing. So if you want to get it really clean, you have to take that thing up, clean it, and clean what it's sitting on. Because if not, the urine is still gonna be there. So it's like that's half doing it.
Gotcha.
That's half doing it. So I was like, yo, I didn't say nothing. I just went, removed the trash can, took the whole thing, put it in the tub, washed the whole thing, re-sprayed the floor, mopped it up, and she was looking at me, and I looked at her, and I just walked off. You know what I mean? Like, because there's no words needed. You just half did it.
No words needed.
You just half did it. You know what I mean? So
you looking at me. I'm looking at you. You looking at me.
yeah. So you just half did it, but it's okay. I got you. Because I understand now that when you're going to another version of yourself, and I just got this, what I'm finna say, and then not even shut me up. I just got this, what I'm finna say. You know what I'm saying? Got this impression on me last night at a week of prayer. When you're when you're growing to who you're supposed to become, do not expect other people to be doing the same thing, because most times they're not. And who you're growing to, they are not going to be able to handle who you're becoming.
Right.
Because they're so used to who you are, because they're comfortable with who you are. And what I love about the book of Malachi is because he is talking about the people getting them right to be leaders, right? So leaders, they do more than set goals. It's like they raise the standard. And when you start raising the standards on people and they're not there, it makes them mad uncomfortable. And it's to the point to where like, yo, wherever I know I need to raise the standard, I'm trying to raise it. So if I'm gonna be uncomfortable with me, just imagine a person who's not trying to raise standard for themselves.
Right.
So like you have to be mindful of, just because you start doing things how you're supposed to be doing it, your homie might not be, your mama might not be, your girlfriend she might not be.
The capacities hit different.
The capacity is mad different. You know what I'm saying? So half doing it, like you will never get to the bottom of anything if you have to it.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have cleaned that, bro, the kitchen would have been having a stinky smell, because
It didn't smell more like a mold.
it doesn't matter how much urine. It's urine still there.
Yeah.
If urine is still there, it's half done.
Yeah. And you can what you just said, you can apply, because if you don't correct something, it creates a lingering effect. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. Yeah, that's real good, man.
And bro, and sometimes, bro, people don't get so caught up in progressing. What you gonna progress for if you ain't cleaned up your mess? How about your first level of progression is actually going back and cleaning up what's jacked up? That's the first level.
You gotta take inventory.
That's the first level.
Yeah.
Before the kitchen can be fresh, we had to take the time to fully clean it, get dirty, get solution, get mops, get fully clean it. And after it's fully clean, now it's in a better. Matter of fact, the kitchen is in a better state now than it was before then, because before then it wasn't it was in the state how it was yesterday, because the floor wasn't clean. But something that was out of place made us dig deep and clean it. Now it's in an even better state. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's good, man.
That's really good.
That's good. Well, man, think we got enough to give the people to chew on tonight, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, Blueprint Nation, man, just unlimited thinking. Take the cap off. Take the ceiling off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't allow yourself to be marginalized by your own processes and thoughts and things of that nature. Learned behavior becomes unlearned behavior if you want it to. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
we've all learned this from something. We've all learned the things that we do from something or somewhere, even if it was our own selves. And so, but don't allow marginalized thinking to keep you from walking into your full potential and purpose in God, in which God called you to. And so that's important. You want to reach the fullness of your peak, intellectually, mentally, socially, economically, whatever that looks like for you. You want to meet your full potential head on. And so as we get ready to get up out of here, man, y'all know how we like to get up out of here. Blueprint Nation, shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.